Hello there guys, Feng here, and welcome back to Big Pharma. Okie dokie then guys, so I actually covered this game just over a year ago. And the reason why I'm bringing it back up now is because there has been a expansion called Marketing Malpractice. Now this expansion I've been looking forward to for quite some time now, ever since Tim announced it quite a while back. It's fantastic. It alters one of the major faults that I thought the game had, and that was with the sales stuff. I mean, you couldn't really do much with the sales side of things with Big Pharma. The only thing that really affected the sales was your curating and, of course, the saturation of the market. You know, you couldn't really do other stuff like try and, sell it at discounts to try and undercut and undermine your competitors. You couldn't do anything like that, but now you can, because that's what marketing and malpractice is all about. So, what we're going to do is we are going to crack on with the game. I'm going to do it very similar to the way I did the old series, but instead of going down like this, because let's face it, beginner is kind of boring, we're actually going to go ahead and do it this way instead. So I'm probably going to, for this series, I'm probably going to play bottom line, show me the money, and even more money, just to show you some of the new stuff with the expansion. Okie dokie then, so the first thing is, if we go straight onto the first challenge, which is bottom line, you can see that we've now got access to 2 perks. Now, you don't have to have perks if you don't want to, but they do offer some pretty good benefits. So you can choose up to 2. So let me just show you the perk tree. So when you first start a fresh, this is actually a fresh save. I've reset all the progress. And this is what you start off with. You start off with 4 perks. So as you can see, we've got Recycling Expert, which gives us an 100% refund on sale of equipment. Trust Me, I'm a Doctor, which gives us 10% sale rating for products with no active side effects. Executive, which starts the game off with 3 bonus executives. And Jack of all trades, which gives us all research projects come with a level 1 upgrade. Some actually quite decent bonuses for the first line. But obviously these ones here are unlocked. You have to unlock them by fulfilling criteria. So as you can see, for example, for Genius, you need to have researched 20 projects. This is over the course of the game itself, not just in one game. This is over the course of the game, so it'll count towards all your playthroughs. So bear that in mind. So you don't have to do all 20 projects in one game if you can't. You know, it'll save and it'll carry on over games. Alpha Analyzer, start the game with access to a fully upgraded analyzer. Really nice advantage there for people that want to get the max strength concentration. You need to have got 30 effects analysed, and so on and so forth. You know, obviously the further down, the more I suppose technically stronger the perk is, and not necessarily. It depends how you view it. For example, start with 15 upgrade points. I don't see that as particularly great. I mean, don't get me wrong, that can be pretty decent, especially if you get the quick start. But for the most part, it ain't brilliant. You know, some are really good. Like disqualifying trial results does not lead to bad publicity, but costs money instead. That's actually pretty damn good. Etc. etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pick 2 perks. So I'm going to go ahead with starting the game with 3 bonus executives, because that is actually a very strong perk to start off with. And it's either a toss-up between Trust Me, I'm a Doctor or Jack of all trades. Now, sometimes, depending on RNG, you're able to make products that don't have any active side effects. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and take that one anyway, because 10% sales is still pretty huge. Okay. So, of course, we are Feng Enterprises. Why not? I'm going to pause the game. So, the first major thing that has completely changed with this expansion is the way sales are handled. So, I'm not going to be able to show you straight away just yet. Let's actually go ahead and release a product first. So, the first thing we're actually going to do is look at cures. Now, it's more important than ever to pay attention to what the demand is per day for a certain cure. So as you can see, we've got painkiller here. The demand for that is 8 people per day. Well, it's not exactly 8 people. It's more of 8 units per day is the demand. So we want to produce in, a standard line normally produces 1 unit per day. So if we were to produce 1 line of painkillers, there's a good chance it will sell. Even if they're crap, there's a very good chance it will sell for the full amount per day. But if we was to oversaturate it too much, if we was to say make 3 or 4 different painkiller lines, so we made 4 a day, and maybe our competitor made the same painkiller, it could possibly oversaturate it, and you might end up with actually keeping stock. So that's something to bear in mind. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the painkiller. The painkiller, that's going to take a lot to try and get rid of the negative effect on that. We could start with antihistamine, because that will actually give us trust me, I'm a doctor bonus. It's probably a good idea. 2 ticks. Right, where was I? Oh yeah. So what we'll do is we'll import this in. Let's just have a look what rooms we have. Okay, that's actually pretty decent rooms. Decent spawn of rooms anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plonk that in here. All we need to do really is just get an evaporator, evaporate it, and then stick it through some bill printers. Pretty simple, straightforward stuff. There we go. And there we go. Done and dusted. I'm going to go ahead and put it on double speed. Okie dokie. So that will go through the evaporator. That will activate the antihistamine. And then it will push through there.
A new product.
And we've released a new product. Yay! Fantastic. So, I'm going to let that just go through a little bit. And then we're going to pause it and we're going to have a look at the sales stuff. Okie dokie. So, if we go to the company tab, we can see that this has completely changed from what it used to be in the base game. In fact, let me just go ahead and just let that build up a little bit until we get a daily production of 1, which we should be getting soon. That's taking a while too. Have I done that wrong? No, I haven't. It's weird, it's not showing. Oh, there it is. Now it's showing 1.0. It just fluctuates now and again, you know, depending on the daily sales and stuff. Alright, so the few new things you'll see is that we've got sales rating rather than just a cure rating. So the cure rating, it still has an effect on sales. Obviously, if your cure is good, then it will increase the cure rate and you'll still get sales bonus like it did previously. However, you'll also gain sales bonuses by other methods. So obviously, as you can see, we've already got 10% thanks to my trust me, doctor. And as you can see, our sales rating for that has actually gone up to +C. What this will mean is that the higher your sales rating, the more likely you are to actually sell your product. And the more likely you are to sell your product at a premium. So this is one of the major changes to the way that the game plays now. So you can actually adjust whether you want to discount your product. Very useful if you want to undermine your competition. Or you can choose to have a premium. Very good if you have a high sales rating. Generally speaking, the higher the sales rating, the more you can pump it up premium wise. Sometimes that's not always the case. Depending on saturation and stock, you know, it really depends. Speaking of stock, one of the cool things that is known again, because of the fact that sometimes you might be producing more than you're selling, you can now set a stock limit. So by default it's infinity, but you can adjust it by 5, and as you can see it goes quite high. But generally speaking, I like to keep it 20. That's roughly 3 weeks worth of warehouse stocking. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna keep that at that. I'm not gonna charge a premium just yet. I will be able to soon. I'm not gonna do it just yet. Now, as you can see, I've actually started with 3 executives. We can't do anything with that at the moment because we need to research it. So let's go ahead and buy a researcher. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and hire 2 researchers. I'm going to go ahead and start on both the Gunrate and Ionizer ASAP. And I'm going to go ahead and hire an explorer to explore this one. So this one is a body response medication. Okay, so one of the other new things with the expansion is the addition of booster effects. Oh, pardon me. So boosters are really cool. Basically, they take the spot of what the cure ingredient would be, and the booster usually affects a cure by increasing its sales rating, depending on certain things. So, for example, we might find a booster that increases the sale by 20% if the drug is a pill. It's a pretty common one to find. It's pretty good. I mean, 20% sales is nothing to scoff at. You know, you can actually put quite a high premium on it if you are producing enough. Alright, and so what we're going to do is that a 1 as well? I'm not going to do a booster just yet because we don't have anything like multi-mixers or the booster mixer or anything like that yet. So we're just going to go ahead and get a body response. I think I'm going to go ahead and make a painkiller. I can only make a pill, but at least we can make it. Or what I could do is I can make another line of antihistamine. What I could do, and a smarter way to do this, to utilise our executives a little bit later, is actually make another antihistamine. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it a tad bit different to this. So, just like in the base game, if you make a drug that's slightly different in terms of concentration, it will actually be released as a separate drug, and that's exactly what we want. And I'll show you why a bit later. So let's go ahead and put 2 more evaporate. So we're going to increase it by an extra 1. Now this will originally mean I'm not going to be able to get away with that, am I? No. So this will originally mean that we're going to get a little bit less profit than what this one's giving to start off with, but we might find that the max concentration is a little bit further down the line, so we might actually end up making the cure better, and in terms increasing the sales. In turn, that's what I meant. Right then, so I'm going to go ahead and do exactly the same here, and then I'm just going to let it run for a little bit. There we go. Okie dokie. So that will go in there, that will activate the antihistamine, and then that will increase it just a little bit more. It's still just a positive drug, so I'll still get the 10% bonus from I'm a doctor.
A competitor has released a new product.
Okay, so now she's released antihistamine, so let's have a look at hers. Alright. So, nothing crazy just yet, it's just been sold. We can see the premium discount on the price. Now, you can actually see these numbers a bit later on once you've got access to research. But we can't see these numbers yet, so we don't know exactly what's going on. All we know is that the price, so she's probably put a bit of a premium on, which is fine, and I think we'll be doing that soon as well. We can probably get away with putting probably about 4% premium, I would have thought. As you can see, you can usually see by the amount of stock. So, for example, if I was to go a little bit crazy and stick 10% on, you can see that actually the stock hasn't really moved that much. So I can probably get away with even more. And even more, bloody hell, that's actually really high, but yet it's still selling. That's amazing. I'm going to go ahead and actually keep with 20%, and if that's how that's going on. Now, the reason why this one is not selling as much, it's not selling as much at all now. A competitor
has released a new product.
Now, there's a couple of reasons why that could be. Yeah, one of the reasons is that maybe the drug is not as good. As you can see, this one looks like it might actually end up being roughly the same or a bit better. But the reason why the stock's is probably because she's undercutting me now. So yeah, it's exactly the same at the moment. But our stock is rising, so I'm going to go ahead and just undercut the competition for now. Even though we've got the higher, probably the higher sales rating.
Released a new product.
Right. So, eases migraine, induces nausea, and a painkiller. So she's already got a painkiller. We haven't got a painkiller yet, have we? No, it's going to take us a while to get that. Oh no, we've got painkiller. Painkiller, antihistamine, and what was the other one she released then? What was the other one she released? She upgraded the painkiller to the eases migraine. That's actually quite smart to start off with. Bloody hell. And of course that's making quite a bit. I don't think we have the actually we might have the machines to do that. Let's have a quick look. Either she got herself an early ionizer or she used 3 dissolvers. I mean, that could be the case. We need to have a look at what the concentration is for eases migraine. Alright, so it's 9 is the active. So we could possibly do that ourselves as well and directly compete with her. That might not be a bad idea. Let me just see. Let's buy this one. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and directly compete with her, because why not? Actually, or we could go ahead and upgrade to alleviate insomnia instead. If we did that... Oh, that's quite high range though, considering. I suppose I could wait until we get a agglomerator and ionizer. There's only 1 month left remaining, so I'm going to go ahead and wait. While we're doing that, I'm just going to keep an eye on our stock. So yeah, as you can see, that's actually selling less now. I'm going to go ahead and just reduce it a little bit more. So, it's a really fine numbers game, this now. So you got to try and find like the sweet spot between what you're selling and what you're producing, and that will affect your daily profits quite hugely. As you can see, just me adjusting those has increased our profits to the hundreds. That's fantastic. Right, let's have a quick pause. So you've released another painkiller, Jesus. All right. So we've got continental methylaceous shavings. That's going to give us treat diabetes. Fantastic. Oh, and all our research is done as well. That's great. Okay. So, what should we focus on now? We could focus on getting an early analyzer, which would be beneficial. But I think I'm going to go ahead and we'll try and get sales reps as soon as possible. I want to show you the executives' work. Alright, so Explorer's finished. Let's go ahead and research. Explore this one. That one's got the booster effect, but it's also got a catalyst. We don't quite need that yet. No, actually, yeah, we don't quite need that yet. Let's just go ahead and just get these spinny fig instead. Spiny fig or whatever. Spinny fig. Right. But now we've got the ionizer, I'm going to go ahead and try and make the... What am I after? We could do cures hypothyroidism instead, actually. Let's have a look at the demand for that. Cures hypothyroidism. It's not that big of a demand. Now, the reason why I'm worried about that is because if she decides to make one as well, then there's not going to be enough. It's just going to be too saturated. Unless mine is the better product, but I can't guarantee that yet until we get the analyzer and possibly the creamer. So, easy migraine might be the best alternative, or the alleviated insomnia. Let's go for the alleviated insomnia. I think that's what we'll do, go for alleviated insomnia. So, if we go ahead and import our ingredient, there it is. So, what do we need? We've got a concentration of 1, and we need 4 to 6. So, all we need is an agglomerator. So, let's go ahead and build the agglomerator, like so. Right, we'll let that play through and just see how that goes in. If that goes in like that, then we need a dissolver. Let's go ahead and plonk the dissolver there. We should have enough money for this. Yeah, we've got plenty of money. No problem. Alright, let's see. Alright then. Oh, we've actually got rid of the side effect. Oh, I didn't even realise that. That was complete fluke, by the way. But that's actually really good news, because that probably would have clashed with the alleviated insomnia active effect anyway. So, yeah, that's good. So, how many agglomerators we're going to need for this? So, it starts getting active at 12. So, we need 3, 6, 9. We need 3 agglomerators. That's quite a lot of agglomerators, really. So, hopefully, we'll be okay. I fucking hate agglomerators. They never stack right. This is probably the best way to do it, though, for the time being. There we go. Oh, no, Feng, look what you've done, you donkey. Alright, put it there instead. There we go. I hate agglomerators. I hate them with a passion. Ionizers are nice because you can stack them nice in crowded space. Agglomerators, you fucking can't. Right, let's see. Alright, alleviate. So we've just got it active. We don't know where the sweet spot is yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and release this as is. We can always adjust it at a later date. We've got plenty of room to adjust whether we need to add any more agglomerators or not. So that's fine. Not too worried about that. And that will start giving us quite a substantial profit, I would imagine. Okay, so this particular antihistamine is not the best. That's the first one I made.
Released a new product.
Yay! Great for me. But yeah, that wasn't the best one. That was the first one I released as well. And as you can see, it's affecting drug sales quite a bit. But we have still got the 10% that's kind of neutralising that. so that's fine. But at least we're not getting the stock anyway, so that's fine. Right, let's go ahead and see what we can do with this one. Right, so this is a C plus already. It's not the best. We probably might want to stick another agglomerator on to try and bump that up a little bit, possibly. It's not going to end up being a very good product. But for now, it will do, and it's earning us profit. That's the main thing. So we're going to go ahead and stick a premium on. Let's see.
Complete.
That looks fine. I'm going to go ahead and just discount these a little bit more because it's eating into our daily profits at the moment because they're not selling. And we finished. Brilliant. So our researchers are finished. Fantastic. Now this particular research gave us 3 more executives. Obviously, if we hadn't took the executive perk, we would only have 3. But now we've got 6. Now we need to put it in sales rep. So by doing this will actually unlock the ability to assign executives, and that's going to be huge. I'm going to go ahead and hire 2 more scientists since we now have the money and the profit flowing in. What have we got most of? I think we've got more agglomerates than anything else, haven't we? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stick it in agglomerators to reduce the process cost. That will in turn increase our profit quite a bit. And we'll start off with trying to get that analyzer sorted as soon as possible. Okie dokie. We'll go ahead and buy up this. That's going to give us. Oh, that's give us 4 more sockets to play around with. Fantastic. Right, now let's check how it's going on. Okay, everything's been sold. That's great. I probably would be able to get away with actually pricing up a bit more. The reason being is because she hasn't actually released Alleviate Insomnia yet. But look at these. I haven't got no negative effects at all. That's fantastic. It's not always the case. Sometimes you'll randomly get the starting ingredients where you've got to have the negative effect, and that is unfortunate when that happens because you can't really utilize that particular perk. Aha, brilliant. So we got that. I might as well go ahead and discover that as well. We might get round to using the multi-mixer. I'm not going to focus too much on getting the expert or master. We're just going to try and get standard rank. I don't want to get too I don't want to make it too lengthy. Alrighty then. 2 months and 1 month, not long now. And we got that painkiller as well, haven't we? Maybe we should try something else. Let's look at our cures. I mean, as you can see, if you click on a cure, you can actually see the sale and demand. It's pretty good actually. I know you just overall, and you can see what the what's being produced and which is being sold and whatnot. So that's good. Oh, we can make an antibiotic with that. That might not be a bad idea because that's decent amount of money there. Alright, let's see. Should we make an antibiotic? I think we should. Antibiotic is that one, isn't it? Yes, it is. Let's go ahead and make an antibiotic because the thing is, the active ingredient for that, the active concentration is quite high for that. So we'll miss this Neville's pupil pretty easily. So we're going to need an ionizer and an agglomerator. So, love ionizers, hate agglomerators. There we go. So we'll do that, and we'll upgrade it and see what we get. Again, I'm not going to worry too much about where the concentration is at the moment, the max concentration. We'll worry about that once we get the... Oh, okay, that's actually pretty easy. All we need to do is evaporate it. I'll worry about that once we get access to the... Oh god, I'm having a blum moment here. Oh dear, the analyzer. There we go. Yep. Alright, there we go. Alrighty then. There we go. So that's just active. Cheapest way to make it, I think. So we'll do that, and then we'll stick some pill printers right there. There we go. Fantastic. And that will be another drug.
Research complete.
Aha! We've got basic distillery. So we're now going to go ahead and
You have
research.
released a new product.
Yay, you've released a new product. Fantastic. That doesn't pop up no more. Pretty sure it used to at one time. No, it doesn't. That's actually pretty good though, because used to get annoying after a bit. Oh dear, look at that. Our stock is actually going up now. Yeah, our product is not great, so I'm going to have to try and sell this. But you might even have to sell this at a discount at this rate, because we're only producing half. I mean, there's plenty of demand for it. It's just that the product is inferior to others, so you know. Plus, it's probably being charged too much for it. Even this is starting to get a little bit of a
complete.
Charge. There we go. It's probably because it's not that great
Research
a product.
complete.
I know. I'll get to that. Wow, that's terrible. That's going to end up being a D as well. This is why I love using the analyzer. Here we go. So we've now got analyzer, which is fantastic. We've also got that. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this straight away, because when you upgrade it, you unlock a certain part of that particular tree, and I'm going to go through that now. All right. So if we click on the sales bonus, we can now assign executives to do certain things. So if we want to assign an executive sales rep, that will give us a straight up bonus of 10% sales. Pretty decent. But there are other ways you can go about doing it. As you can see, portfolio presentations gives 5% sales for all cures of this family. Now what that means is basically what I did earlier on is I made 2 separate antihistamines. The reason why I did that is so I could have 2 separate drugs. And now what I can do is if I assign a portfolio presentation to that and assign a portfolio presentation to that, they'll now get 20%. Now you're probably thinking, well, Feng, you would have got that anyway, even if you'd have gone sales reps. But alleviated insomnia is also part of this tree. So what's going to happen now is as soon as I do this, it's going to increase it by 25% instead, and that's for all of the cures that's got that. So the bonus for this can get really silly if you keep using the same family. And now gifts is a bit different. Gifts is quite a huge sales boost. As you can see, it's 20%. But the problem is there is a risk of bad publicity, because you're basically giving gifts to doctors to try and bribe them, basically. I personally don't like using that one because it tends to be quite easy to be figured out. I'm going to go ahead and put a normal sales rep on this one now, because we don't have any more of this particular family at the moment. So now we've got that, we can see now our sales ratings have gone up to B. What this will mean is that these stocks here will probably start being sold. As you can see, that one seems to be static at the moment. That's probably fine, to be quite honest. This one I might be able to get away with maybe upping the premium a little bit. 2%, yeah, that's fine. In fact, here you can see that this is now starting to take effect, so I can probably go ahead and bump those to 5%. This one can probably also bump to 5%, and this one can bump up by 5%. Alright, I didn't read that because I'm a dumbass. Okay, so we've now got our first booster. So this particular one gives a 30% sales bonus if this drug contains a cure from the pain family. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we have pain family. We don't have a multi-mixer yet anyway, so it's not a big deal. Not a big deal yet anyway. But once we do get that, it will be worthwhile us trying to mix that. So that we can get that huge. I mean, 30% is huge. I mean, you think about it. It's took me 3 executives already to try and get these to 25%. So 30% on top of that would be bloody huge. Alright. So we've got 1 point to spend. Oh, we do need to assign more scientist stuff, don't we? Let's go ahead and start off with the multimixer and alternative delivery. Alright, I'm not going to bother with the analyzers so much. Let's see what we've got more of. We've actually got more pill prints, haven't we? So let's go ahead and boost our profit. I'm going to go ahead and unpause it. Alrighty then. So what our next agenda is to make better drugs. Making better drugs is still one of the better ways to try and increase your sales. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and plug that in there. So that'll keep producing, and then obviously we'll see what the effects are. I have a feeling we're on the low end of the scale with the antibiotic because the amount, because of how effective that cure particularly is. It's already gone to a D, and there's only been 50 administered so far. So that's a terrible drug when you think about it. And yes, that will affect the profit in the long run.
Analysis complete.
Okay, so we got. Oh, okay, we've got one for the side effect. That's not what we wanted, but you know what? Even learning the side effects, max strength is useful. Because if you have got to cream it, then you'll know whether it's worthwhile to cream it or not. If it actually matches the max
Analysis
strength.
complete.
Right. Okay. So as you can see, my prediction was right. We was way off the scale with this. So we have a few choices. I'm going to go ahead and just take that off. Actually, I might not need to. Let's see. So the max strength is 18. Currently we have 11. So if I was to make that to 12, and Feng is bad at math. No, that's right. So we'll make that to 12, and then we'll put 2 agglomerators down. Is that right? I think it is. I'm just going to go ahead and just bung that over there. Alright, let's go ahead and stick 2 agglomerators down. So we might be able to sneak an agglomerator there. And one there. Oh no, I can't put that one there. I hate agglomerators. Right, here we go. So hopefully this will come out alright. And we can keep it as a pill as well. Now if my math is correct, which is probably not, then this should reach max strength. Now obviously this will produce a lot less profit to start off with, but as more of these drugs are being used and they're helping a lot more, we will see a major benefit in the long run.
A competitor has released a new product.
What you released? Serious cold symptoms, don't care. Alright, so we've now, we're finally gaining some points for these. So let's go ahead and, that one will probably be an idea, because we are using quite a bit of that. Obviously that's one of the downsides of trying to use this effectively, the same family. Because you're using the same family, you're using the same ingredients, and because you're importing more of the ingredients, it's going to cost more. That should be, fairly obvious. As you can see, I'm taking in 3 of the 3 units of this per day, whereas obviously my competition is only taking 0.5. Probably because of the price, because I'm taking all of it, Alrighty then. So let's have a look at our new product. Let's see how it has changed. I'm going to go ahead and knock that one off now, because obviously we don't need the executive on that one. Alright, so let's go ahead and take that off. So this one should end up being better fairly much straight away. As you can see, it's already cured, but 66% of it so far, roughly. Well, a little bit less than that now, but it's at max strength. If I put this through a syringe maker, then that would be even bigger. But as you can see, it's already a C+. You can't grumble at that. That's a C+. That will probably end up being a B or B+ a bit later on. But you know what that means? I can stick a premium on it, because there's only me making it as well, as you can see. So I've got the monopoly on that particular cure, and it's a fucking damn good drug. So you can't really grumble at that, can you? Oh yes, loving this, and that profit's going to go really high soon. Actually, we've got alleviating insomnia is a bit higher. I think that's because though I did do the cheapest way of doing that alleviating insomnia. So obviously prices cost are lower. I'm actually really surprised that's still a C, because that doesn't seem to be very good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stick it through a analyzer and just see if we can edit that in any way. I mean, we might have already come close to the max concentration. All it requires is just a simple dissolver or 2. And obviously that's cheaper than keep sticking down agglomerators. Okay, we've unlocked the multi-mixer and alternative delivery. We can now concentrate on the creamer and I probably will need the shaker. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, we might need desert expeditions. You know what I'm going to do? Fuck it, I'm going to hire 2 more scientists and get the desert expeditions. That's what we'll do. We're making enough profit, so I'm not really too worried about that. We haven't had to take a loan or anything else. That's brilliant. That's what I've noticed as well. With this particular expansion, I have not had to take as many loans out. Because, you know, you can alter these yourself, and it does greatly affect how much profit you're getting. So I haven't had to take one out yet, which is fantastic. We are, actually, I think what I might even do... Actually, I can't because we're still using the analyzer. But once we use the analyzer, I'm going to go ahead and import the... maybe it's Insomnia. So we've already got that. That's fantastic. So all we actually needed for that was another agglomerator. So I might go ahead and just do that. Make it better. If I can fit it. Bloody agglomerators. I hate them. Right. There we go. Now we've got it right. So we can just bait. Oh, come on, don't do that to me. There we go. So there we go. That will be a lot better product, and it will sell more in the long run. So it's definitely worthwhile doing. The reason why I'm used to doing this as well is that it really affects trials. Obviously, we can't really do that just yet because we don't have access to them in this particular mission. But next mission we will have access to them, and I'll show you exactly why. Getting the best out of your cures and utilising those trials is a huge benefit. Okay, so you got easy migraine, reducing nausea. You've actually got creamer now. Intriguing. Alright, let's see what we got. So we've managed to make these, and now we know the max concentrate. We don't actually know the max concentration of these ones yet. Let's go ahead and do that. So if I go ahead and stick my thingy here. Yeah, my thingy. It wouldn't be a Feng video without a thingy in it, would it? Alright, we're going to put a thingy there. And then we are going to it's the antihistamine, isn't it? We're going to see where this is, where the concentration is. I mean, really, I don't really want to change too much of this particular line. But if the concentration is literally like there, the max concentration there or there, then I can try and get this as close as possible. You know, if it's on, basically if it's on that side, I can try and get as close as possible. After an exhausting clear-up operation, many countries have now been treated and life is returned to normal. As such, so as the demand for painkillers and antibiotics. Okay. Oh shit! What's going on there? Why are we in the red? That was weird. I'm trying to figure out what the hell was in the red then. That's not producing anything. Why? Oh, it's my pills. That's fine. That's
Analysis
fine.
Complete.
It's fine. Right, so that causes fatigue. I haven't even put a premium on this yet. Yeah, let's just set that to 20 and we'll stick a premium on this.
Analysis
10 should
complete.
do. Oh yeah, that's it. That's already better, as you can see. Oh yeah, and we need to stick a sales rep on it, don't we? There we go. Not a sales rep, sorry, the portfolio. There we go. And okay, and now we got the. Now we got what we wanted. Let me have a look. Oh fuck's sake! Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Is it worthwhile using an agglomerator to make that better? It probably might not be, but I think I might anyway because it's me. I'm already using 2 evaporators on. Well, one's using 2 evaporators and one's using 1 evaporator. Can I sneak a agglomerator in there? Possibly. Let's have a quick look at this one. So I can't only that one doesn't really need an agglomerator. That one just needs another. I know what I can do. Feng knows what he can do. I can change this one to the agglomerator. If it would bloody fit. Right. So we'll change that one to the agglomerator. We'll take that. Now the reason why I've done that is because obviously this one's already there. So I figured instead of messing with this one, we'll just put an agglomerator in here instead. And that'll make it as close as possible to there without it. Oh, I've actually got rid of it. Holy shit, hang on a sec. I've got rid of it. Is it worthwhile using another agglomerator? It might be. Just to get the max strength. I mean, the current strength's 50%. It's not a lot. Well, it is, I suppose, but it's not great. Maybe I should stick another agglomerator down. I mean, this would probably be worth it if I spent some research points on trying to get the process costs down. And we probably will. So what I'm going to do is try and make this a bit more tangible. If that's even a word for it, probably not. Alright, so we're going to stick that one there. And stick that one there. That should be fine. We can get away with that, can't we? Yeah, we can. There we go. Wish we could use this space a bit more.
You have released a new product.
Yeah, I'm going to release another new one now. Alrighty then. I mean, I could just keep that one as it is.
You have released a new product.
Although it would be probably pretty piss poor, wouldn't it? Right. Let's see. So, that one is not the one. We can get rid of that. I'm going to go ahead and where's the other one? Is that the bad one? Yeah, that was the bad one. Got no stock left in there anyway, so it doesn't matter. There we go. So I'm going to make sure we got a portfolio presentation for that one as well. That's going to give us the boost. What is that? Oh, it's because I've got a sales rep on that one as well. That's why. I just realised that. I'm a donkey. Alright. Let's go ahead and actually... We can probably put a premium on this one straight away. I would have thought. Yeah, it looks like it.
Research complete.
Oh, we can stick one on that one as well. That's oh yeah, because even though it's D, it's still getting a decent bonus from that. Yeah, I'm not going to bother too much with this one. I mean, as I said, we haven't got access to trials anyway, so it's not too huge of a deal. Okay, we've got shaker and creamer. Now here's a new thing: the stock gate. Now the stock gate, I have not found a practical use for yet, but what this will allow you to do is it will allow you to change the line. Basically, if you've got a product on the line that is not really meeting the demand, if you're overproducing too much of this particular product that's appealing to the demand, then what you can do is you can set a stock amount, and you can basically have a crossroads in your actual production. And what the stock gate will do is it will switch depending on which stock you've got in a certain your main production, and it will switch and it will stop, and then you can set it up so it will produce something else while that stock is being got rid of. It's pretty cool. It's actually a really cool concept. I haven't found a practical use for it yet, though. I mean, there probably will be eventually once obviously a lot more of the queues are being sold and you got more competition. But currently, I haven't found too much of a use for it yet. But it's still a really nice idea nonetheless. Planning permission, we don't really need these. We don't even need that one. Maybe we should just go ahead and start upgrading some of the processing costs of stuff. Don't really need these yet either. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and build up some points. These can now start exploring. Well, one can. I've only got one, haven't I? There we go. Now we've got two. Right, let's decrease the cost of... that was the other one we was bringing in, wasn't it? Right, let's go ahead and start making another cure, because as you can see, she's already ahead of me. I don't like that. That's not nice. Alright, let's see. So we're still not really making as much profit, as probably we should be. Let's just move this over here. We still got plenty of space over here, so that's good. Let's see what we can do with this space. So, what shall we make next? I'm not about to make another finger cure yet. Even though we have got the multi-mixer, we don't have the space in this particular room. So I think what I'm going to do is make an Easy's migraine. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's make some Easy's migraine. Actually, I think that's already been oversaturated, isn't it, Easy's migraine? Not quite. She's got two kinds of... In fact, she might have... because she's only just released that, it might be the fact that she's got rid of the pill of that and actually just made a cream instead. Even now, that's still pretty fucking terrible for sales. Alright, let's go ahead and do this then, and we'll find the max concentration and we'll cream it. That sounds like a really good idea, and I think that's exactly what we'll do. So, easy migraine, we need, I think it's painkiller, isn't it? Yep, painkiller. So we'll stick that in there. So what I'm actually going to do first is I'm just going to find the I'm just going to go ahead and find the concentration for the induces nausea. It's just going to save a bit of process costs and a bit of time. May as well find painkiller as well, even though I'm probably not going to use it on its own. Alright, we've got some research points now. Let's go ahead and start bumping some of these up. We've got one ionizer, one dissolver. We've got 4 evaporators. Oh, hang on, that's it. I think we're going to go ahead and upgrade agglomerate as well, because that's what we've got most of. That's going to really increase our profits as well.
A competitor has released a new product.
Okay, Curoside forwards, not a big deal. Okay, we've got induces nausea. I'm not going to bother with the painkiller. As I said, we don't really need to, so I'm just going to pause there. Alright, so there is induces nausea. Alright, so we need to get this down to 10 and evaporate it. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and stick a quiz in here, and I'll see you next time.